Hello everyone, and welcome back to another study shed video. Today we'll be going over two things. First, we're going to go over the method of solving differential equations known as inspection, which just sounds fancy, but it's another way of saying guess method. We're just going to be guessing. And the second thing we're going to be going over is called the principle of superposition. This is really important. No, it's not. It's not chemistry. And so let's just get started. So first we're going to go over inspection, then we're going to go over superposition, as the two things are quite interdependent on each other. And we're going to have let's have a differential equation, y double prime plus y equals 0. And we could solve this, but honestly, I feel just looking at it, we should easily be able to come with a solution. So we'll need a function y whose second derivative, when added to its original function, is just 0. One function I can automatically think of is y equals cosine of x, as the first derivative of cosine x is negative sine of x, and the second the derivative of that, which is the second derivative of cosine x, is just negative cosine x. And if we add this function to this function, we just get 0. But another function we can use is sine of x. And so we're going to get y equals sine of x. Y prime is equal to cosine x. And y double prime is equal to negative sine of x. And see, this also satisfies it. And so essentially what we did is inspection. We glanced at an equation, we looked at it, we saw some general patterns, but we didn't really do any actual algebra or real calculus other than just taking derivatives. And we came up with a solution. So that's inspection in a nutshell. But however, this leads to something more important. We discovered that sine x and cosine x are both valid solutions to this differential equation. So we know that y1 equals sine x and y2 equals cosine x. And this is our setup for the principle of superposition. What the principle of superposition says is if y1 and y2 are both solutions to a differential equation, then y1 plus y2 is also a solution to a differential equation. y1 and y2 are solutions means y1 and y2 are also a solution. Very important concept. And now if we apply the principle of superposition to this problem over here, since we know that sine of x and cosine x are both solutions, by the principle of superposition, a y3, which is sine x plus cosine x, should also be a solution. And note over here that we could have multiplied all of these by a constant. Even this one could be multiplied by a constant. And they would all work. In this case, it would be a squared. Or no, it could be anything, honestly. A, yeah, just keep A. Alright, so let's actually verify that this is true. We're not going to prove it, but we're going to say that for this scenario, and this should extend to in a general scenario, that this is true. We're going to have y3 is equal to sine x plus cosine x. We're going to take the derivative of that to get y3 prime. We go to cosine x minus sine x. We're going to take the derivative of this to get y3 double prime is equal to negative sine x minus cosine x. And notice, if we add these two things, we also get 0. And this is the principle of superposition in a nutshell. If y1 and y2 are two independent solutions to a differential equation, any differential equation, doesn't matter the order, then y1 plus y2 is also a solution. So to recap, inspection is solving a differential equation by just glancing at it. It doesn't really have to be glanced. You can do a little work here, but you won't do any real algebra calculus in order to solve the differential equation, such as using an integrating factor or applying the characteristic equation. That's actually solving it. Inspection is just glancing at, like if you have an integral secant squared x dx, you should just by glancing at it, you'll know that the antiderivative of secant squared x is just tangent x plus c. Similar to that, we have inspection. Secondly, we have solving differential equations and the principle of superposition, which states that, again, if y1 equals to f of x is a solution to a random differential equation, and y2, let's say g of x, is another solution to a differential equation, then y3 equals f of x plus g of x, or we can say y1 plus y2, is also a solution to a differential equation. And that's the end of the video. Hopefully you learned something today. And as always, happy studying.